Oh, this is incredibly spicy. What an all. This man is unbeaten with Order of the Dragon on this map. And he could use it to great effect to make this a 3-0 victory over Numidan. But Numidan is a crafty son of a gun. He almost feels unbeatable when you stick him on this new map. It's front range time. That's right, we hop into it, and it's not 2-0 for Numidan. It is 2-0 lead now for Anatan. He wins this, he is through to the semi-finals of our $20,000 weekly esports circuit here in week number 4. Yeah, going to be an interesting one, actually. Lancaster versus Order of the Dragon, I don't think we've seen so far. We've seen some, like, Order of the Dragon versus Ottoman picks. I think we've seen Order of the Dragon up against Japan as well. Lancaster's a bit different, though. It's interesting, actually, because you can essentially make men-at-arms that are as tanky as Order of the Dragon men-at-arms. They're not as high on DPS, but they do last as long. So yeah, it's just something to keep in mind that could occur here. Yeah, especially if he does go with that Abbey of Kings. But I mean, would he go Lancaster Castle? I feel like we've been seeing a lot more Abbey of Kings at the moment out of the Lancastrians. I've even seen some players debating whether they think it's broken or not. The 20% HP increase is essentially Elite Army Tactics health increase before you're getting Imperial. It's very powerful. And so is this. We have got a bauble. Last time someone decided to do the dance over boars of Anatan, it didn't end well with them. If you remember, I believe that was Order of the Dragon versus English, where they just switched boars. Numinon this time around didn't bother. That's not too surprising, though, when you play as Lancaster. Lancaster would get a better gathering rate on boar, but it's negligible. Actually, no, it's the same, isn't it? 0.9 on boar, and you'd get 0.9 on sheep, because usually you get 0.75 on sheep, but Lancastrians gather 20% faster. So, you know, would it have still been worth the boar play straight away? If he was worried about sheep, yes, but I think it just makes more sense, especially with the Abbey of Kings builds, that you open up your better gathering rate at home, and then gain map control, and then push for the boar. Nano, of course, has that optimization. When you play Order of the Dragon, this is an amazing civ for boar play. It's kind of underrated in that department, because you only need one outpost to protect your efficient boar line. Yeah, I've got some stone gathering already. So Numidan looks like he's going for a Lord push into slightly delayed triple mana. Either that or this is about outposts, but I doubt it with 3 on stone this early. Yeah, so kind of a bait and switch. I think what he wants to do is force Anatan to react to the Lords. And the most likely reaction is going to be the men-at-arms. Yeah, even more so now that we've got the mine work coming in. Nimu, does he fully commit to the Lords is what I'm wondering. Probably at least 2. He's sending 3 workers back onto gold, presumably. Yeah, with 3 workers back on gold, this will allow him to just start inflating Lords. Probably going to go all the way up to 4, which makes sense. You just want to get their health pool as big as possible. Like puffing out their chest. Anatan, under the stone, only 3. Looks like it's going to be the one drop off to get the arrow slit. So he's aware there's going to be a threat coming his way. But he's also aware that it's not a full commitment. So his mindset is arrow slit should be good enough to deter the Lords. You don't want to overreact now that you know your opponent is being greedy behind this. What do you guys think, by the way? Do you think that OTD are going to take this on Lancaster? 1's for Dragon, 2 for Lancaster. Wait, sorry, we done it wrong. 1 for Dragon, 2 for Lannisters. There you go, boom. First mana now being built. Okay, so he doesn't go for anything additional. It's just going to be the one Lord. Yeah, I thought he'd pull back across the gold. He just switches them to build the mana instead. It's possible he still goes for a Lord, but if so, it's going to be a little bit delayed. Yeah, I've got the racks already for mana, so he is indeed going for those men-at-arms. Very difficult to harass here, though, considering the way that Numu is going to be condensing himself. These early manas also allow him to pad himself when it comes to the food issue. Not going to run out as quickly for him. Yeah, I'm not convinced that the meta-arms rush works for Order of the Dragon into Abbey of Kings. Not this Abbey of Kings, anyway. Because the Lords are surprisingly tanky. Like 231 HP with only one of them, and you scale them up, right? And then, you know, the awkward thing is Anatan, if he starts pressuring with the men-at-arms but doesn't get killed straight away, any gap in fighting enables Lancaster to refill those health bars. And that's something that the Order of the Dragon men-at-arms cannot do, remember. So we'll see. It could be that Anatan just looks for like a 1 or 2 men-at-arms pump into Fast Castle. Essentially, you're just trying to bait your opponent into overreacting. In fact, looking at the fact he hasn't queued up a second men-at-arms, does feel like that's what we're doing here. Yeah, especially now what he's seeing. He's like, okay, it's additional Lords. All right, looks like Anna's just going to go castle. I do think this is the right call, by the way. Like, if your opponent scales Lords and you scale Gilded Men-at-Arms, you're going to be in a situation where you're probably going to be about, like, 2v1. Right? By the time the first Men-at-Arms would get there, there'd be at least 2 Lords. And 2 Lords should be enough to beat 1 Men-at-Arms. Like, you can see on the stats. You know, if you think about the fact that it takes you double the time to attack with a Lord, then that essentially means you're evening up on the DPS to 1 Gilded Men-at-Arms. And what is up, Elro? Thank you very much for the gifted subs, you absolute legend. Do I see Zertan there? Zertan and Marine Lord? Whoa. Pros able to watch without ads? What is this world? Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate you. Welcome, welcome, one and all to the Swarm. And quite the Swarm is going to be from Lancaster here. Numenor, he goes hobbies. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Now, Hoblars are the best unit to couple with Lords of Lancaster. They're the one that benefits the most because it offsets their biggest weakness, which is this very low health. You know, the idea is that Hoblar should be pretty good for how cheap and Zergy-like they are, because you can get a lot of them. But the problem is their health is just a little bit low to be effective. That's where the Lords of Lancaster come in, essentially giving them an extra 20 HP. Still kind of surprised. You know, you've seen your opponent has a Rax, he has a Men-at-Arms. Why would you do this? Are you assuming it's going to be Gilded Archers? You're dodging subs? Well, you know what you can do about that. You've got a Prime icon. It's simple. Use your Prime sub. Burgrave now on the way. Yeah, everything going according to expectations here from Anatan. Numenor is likely going to have to do White Tower. Alternatively, could he go King's College and spam Knights? Because the idea there is that you get the +5 damage against heavy. So you can contest MAA. I'm not a big fan of it, though, because if your opponent's going Burgrave, it's not just Men-at-Arms. He could easily just build Spears. In fact, if you give him a reason to spam Spears, he's going to be very happy because they're a lot more cheap and faster to produce. Hoblar with the poke raid. No wheelbarrow. But way too tanky to do anything against. Like, it's kind of a sad life. You're talking about the weakest horseman up against the strongest villager. Backup completes first at Anatan, but we see Numenar's not too far behind. And the other nice thing is, knowing that your opponent has gone Burgrave, it doesn't pressure you as much on the relics. It's still a difference maker, but it's not like when it's HRE Regnants and you're having a heart attack thinking, I need to deny these. And what? Yo, he's stepping up. Numu with the Ford White Tower. I mean, we knew it was going to be White Tower. It kind of had to be with this build, but I was not expecting to plop it down in the middle of the map. So has the boar kill set up. He kind of laid the path for this when he killed them with the Lords earlier. I just thought he was insulating to move later. And now the Spearman trying to dive in. Hoblar. Not going to be able to contest that well. But remember, the villagers do have short bows. One of them is going to get struck down. The Lords just trying to waste the Men-at-Arms time. But the upgrader has now kicked in. This is getting a bit ugly. No way. No way does he get this. Surely not. If Anatan just focus fires the villagers, they're dead. He's starting to do it now. Men-at-Arms are quick kills. Remember, they have a quicker attack speed than standard MAA. And Numenor, now it's panic mode. 5 villages. And he still can't complete it. The Lords, they're just not able to defend against this. And you know there's more Spearmen coming. Gonna try to commit, but I think if you want this to work, Numenor needs more workers now. And there it is. 12 villages on the way. This is a disaster, though. You're already 5 workers down. Make it 6. The Spearman, though. Short bows to scare him off. He'll get the reload. He'll get the double kill. Could he? Could he actually do this? I mean, it's so painful at this stage. You're down by 7 workers. The spears are dead, though. And Anatan at this point has to be thinking one thing. Why didn't I just queue up a single land snake? Could you imagine if he had a Lanchka there? I can't believe that. The brutality of that for Anatan is because he didn't upgrade the Spearmen. They weren't as impactful as they should have been. He had the men-at-arms upgrade, but didn't pump more of them. So Numinon does get the landmark up. He'll immediately look to drop the monastery to fix his weaker economy. And reminder, he may have taken a hit here, but he has got the manners, and he has now got the Osgard to raid. Oh, man. Gotta be feeling like this is why you build a white tower in your base normally, right? Oh, God. Still, this is scary for Anno because it's an Osgard strat. Osgard can kill men-at-arms without ever touching them in melee. That's the problem. You've got 290 HP. You come with 4 ranged armor, but your opponent hits for 17 damage. So 13 per strike. That means 10 Osgard every 15 seconds will do almost half your health, 130 damage. And remember, they will do it from 6.5 tile range. That is ludicrous. Yeah, and I know now trying to pivot into crossbows, but crossbows can face the same problem here, folks. Gilded crossbowmen get outranged by Osgard daggers. This ability is nuts. The good news, at least with Gilded crossbows, you will be able to get in range to shoot back. The bad news is how many Osgard there's going to be by the time you're ready to start shooting back with one crossbowman. Not just that, their health pool. Remember, he's still got the Lords. He's got all 4 of them, so health almost at 200 per minute arms. He's at elite status health levels. Be a reload. Ready to fire again. And the dagger throws. Oh, he goes for the Gilded Villages. Double kill. Catches him on the berries wide from the ball. Goodness gracious. Lord is at least going to get sniped out by the one crossbowman. But Numu, I mean, he's getting to the point where he can one-hit kill these crossbows. He actually can. Yeah, there we go. Dagger throw! And that was meant to be your counter. Not just that, guys. He hasn't shifted to the West Side Gold. Right now, Anatan hasn't got great income. No, I think... Has he been selling? Please tell me. Oh my god, he's selling. He doesn't want to go out to the gold because it's too risky with the Osgard. So he needs crossbowmen and can't even afford them. Yeah, and Numinon, as you just proved, already has the count required to insta-kill a crossbowman. Dagger throw. That's almost an insta-kill on an Order of the Dragon men-at-arms. Now just walk it off. Reload's going to be coming through soon. Just 6 seconds and then you can turn for the crossbowman kill. New Osgard arriving. I mean, just turn around now, right? Like, oh, this is so toxic. Oh, the weakness of OTD. Their units are very strong, but this type of comp, incredibly immobile. There's another men-at-arms, extremely low. Now, Hoblar switched down the way from Numu just to make his life easier. One men-at-arms will find his way over to the gold. The crossbowman is on the way to try and help. Yeah, so we'll be able to scare this away eventually. And nice, I love that. Just pulls back. Numu. Oh, he didn't turn around. He actually could have got the kill. Wait, did he? He got the dagger throw, right? It looked like it cancelled. It just struck that quick. This is brutal, man. It just looks so cheesy, man. This is the thing, though. Usually, this strategy falls off fast as the numbers inflate. Like, you just don't have enough. You don't have, like, enough firepower because usually what happens is your dagger throws overkill. But you don't have that issue against Order of the Dragon. Against Order of the Dragon, because their health is so big, you need additional dagger throws anyway. Your weak point is technically the start of this build. But now, reaching critical mass where you can insta-kill any one of these units is incredibly valuable. And not just that, the villages! Catches him on the towers! Pushes him into the corner, tries to just scurry away, barely gets away, actually. Dagger throws are ready to go. Nimudon will have to walk it, though. North side. He's starting to get a second group of Osgard Raiders. That's what we're calling these guys. This is the Osgard Raiders. Wow. If this ever turns into a full melee fight, I'd back Order the Dragon to win it. But it's not going to do that. Nimudon is gradually building a lead. He's also securing relics, which is more than we can say about Anatan. And now the Hoblar jump on in. Yeah, because he doesn't have any spears. He went full men-at-arms. Hobby's just chased the crossbowman off. First spearman does come out, but it's already -1 gilded crossbowman. He goes for the target fire. Second one down. Lords are getting sniped now, but it's worth it for this dive. The Osgard, they commit to the mosh pit. Maybe a little bit of an overextension there. I don't think Numidon needed that. Does lose the Lord, but that now means that he moves quicker. And not just that, Anatan is fast running out of food, folks. The deer is already expired. He's switching into farms now. Numidon is creeping on the tree lines. Osgard, slightly overkill. Nice, he saves some of them. So gets a double kill on the workers. And the Hoblar again. Just free entry. Spearman tries to keep pace, but it's just not quick enough. We'll just hard commit. I mean, Hoblar, it's worth the trade, actually. Like, the maths of it definitely makes it so. If you get, like, 2 kills, losing 5 Hoblar, absolutely worth it. Yeah, even commit to group of Osgard past it. Expensive looking here, but not really when you consider they traded kind of similarly, while Numidon builds a bigger and bigger lead. And he needed this, like, remember guys, the wackiness, the craziness of this game is that Numidon was down by, what was it? Was it 7? It was 7 workers on that white tower attempt. You know, he was at a point where the gilded villager count was higher than Lancaster's. How did he get back to this? And also, how does Anatan survive it? Because the gold is almost expired. He'll have to move north, and you're already seeing some Call of Duty campers up here. Yeah, he's keeping an eye out for it. Crossbow went looking, guessed wrong. Nimu? He does have Stilled Arrow on the way because it affects the dagger throw, remember. Watch the number. It's going to go up to 18. Yeah, so just balancing his kill point up against the threat of ranged armor from Anatan, which, hilariously, he has none. We're at, what, 25 doing 18 each? -4? 14 damage, 25. Yeah, he has enough to one-hit kill a full HP men-at-arms. Like, watch. Let's see if he targets it. Oh, wait. Did he not release? He must not have released. Because 25 doing 18 each would end up being, after damage reduction of full ranged armor, he should end up doing, is it 350 damage? So they should outright die. It's always awkward with these guys because, like, their wind-up is weird. If they're too close to the enemy, they won't throw. So I think what happened is the front line was too close to the men-at-arms, so they didn't throw out the daggers. And he didn't realize it, so he didn't click again afterwards. This is just ridiculous, though. Crossbow switch now coming from Numidon. Hoblar. They're just blocking that north side now. I mean, this is difficult. What do? Do you guard your east or your west? Because the thing you have to remember is, like, Anatan's strategy relies on him being the aggressor, really. This is all about pushing into the enemy base and constricting them. Instead, he's going to have to defend east and west with an army that does not do that best. No. The weakness here is the movement speed. As slow as can be. Damage 2 on the way from Numu. He wants a double kill opportunity, doesn't he? Reminder, even just one kill is huge. Just 240 resources for each man-at-arms dead. Oh, the Gilded Crossbow ran across the map. What? Yeah, but the Hoblar comes in clutch. He actually had some nearby. So Anno's little raid attempt is going to work out. And that is a bad look. Anytime equal amount of dragon units are on the ground to Lancaster ones, you're losing. Makes it a little bit better on the second scurry. And this is the moment we've been waiting for. Anno, he can't be without gold any longer. It's a huge pull. No textiles either. He sends no defenders. And the Hoblar intercept immediately. Oh boy. Even the other time alone. But the fact that those workers, that it's obvious now that Anatan's out of gold is disastrous. Spiminar now on the way to assist, but it's a lot of auto time. While this is happening, Numidar is now getting those crossbowmen together to make it an 8-click commitment fight. Hoblar will go down. And he will be able to now access the mining camp, but it might be too little too late. Numidon has 4 times the men-at-arms count, double the crossbow count, and the lords to buff it all up. Outpost going to get torched. Villager won't be able to protect it. Osgard will just go for the dagger throws on the back line. So much for being a counter unit type. And the men-at-arms just can't stand their ground. No doubt about it. Numidon is not going to go down that easily. A beautiful strike back in the third game. And the Swede continues to be a brute on front range. Mass Osgard. This might be the most impressive one we've seen in a long time. And to think it all came after that disastrous White Tower.